What's going on, Midlothian? It's Rob LaFleur live from the Opoka Palace. As always, to my left, internationally known, locally loved, Lobo. How you doing today, brother?
What's up, bro?
To my right, as always, John Opoka. How have you been this week, brother?
I'm been good. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. So we're just sitting here having a debate as we get started with this podcast.
The Dinglings are just debating Yuengling.
This is a ding-a-ling debate over Yuengling. So everybody knows that Yuengling has taken the state of Texas by storm since they've come out. Personally,
well, they didn't come out. Miller bought them.
Hey, is your mic on?
I don't know. Is it on?
Oh, it's on. Okay, you just weren't close enough.
I'm not a craft beer drinker. I'm going to go ahead and say that right now. I cannot stand. I've been to Fredericksburg, and while everybody else is enjoying all these exotic beers, I'm looking for a damn Coors Light.
This isn't craft
Miller
beer.
Light.
This isn't craft beer.
It is not craft
Get
beer.
out of the craft beer.
It's okay, but it's too dark. Look at it.
No,
Craft
it's
beer.
dark. I don't drink
No.
Shiner. I don't drink Ziegenbach. I don't like it.
Well, this is a Pilsner beer. That's what color the Pilsner is.
I'm just I'm a regular.
I'm sorry. It's a lager.
I'm a regular light beer guy. I'm a regular light beer guy.
Plenty of lagers in the world.
You drink Truly.
Fair enough.
Oh, that's not
Drinking
beer.
a twisted tea right
Well,
now.
no,
I have never seen you drink a real beer.
Both of you are.
It's always been Truly, and it's always been Twisted.
John,
Tea or
I'm a
something like
local
that.
sex symbol. I have got a, I have got a body to the beer bloats
All the
me.
guys love them.
All the guys in town love me. So I have to work on my dad bod here. So I can't be drinking beer like that. So a few years ago, I quit drinking beer. I used to drink beer. That's all I used to do. I'd walk in the place. They'd have my Coors Light waiting on me. I drink
not a
15,
beer.
20 of them. Well,
Coors Banquet's a beer. This isn't a beer. But this is what I do.
you drink Miller Lite.
Well, this is what I do so I can stay sexy.
Well,
Ish.
to me, Miller Lite's really heavy.
You know, my brother-in-law, he does a podcast. It's called Old Guys Rule Radio, and I think I'm going to have him on here with us one night. We're just going to do a
that'd be
beer
cool.
show. That's all we're going to do is sit here and talk about sports and beer. It's going to be a fun one. You can rail on the Cowboys all you want because they like Cowboys and you don't. Well, actually, one likes the Steelers, the other one likes the Cowboys.
Well, honestly, it's not me that hating the Cowboys. Well, I do hate the Cowboys.
Of
But
course you do.
they're easy to hate, though. I mean, God, they suck.
Yeah, but Danny and
They're
Joe.
the Dallas Browns.
So what's funny is everybody knows how you feel about the Cowboys. I woke up Sunday really late because I had a good time at the Bo Riggs Busby show Saturday night. If you guys showed up, you had a good time too. So I wake up pretty late in the day Sunday, and my wife says, "Honey, get up, it's football season." I said, "How do you know?" Lobo's already started posting about the Cowboys.
I didn't post about the Cowboys. What I actually said was, I find it funny that when the Cowboys win a preseason game,
You're
my
right.
God, we're going to Super Bowl.
You're right about this, though.
But when they lose, they go, well, it's just preseason. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No, everything matters. Look, preseason is there to find out what the players actually do. The Cowboys were the only team that ever was proud of the fact that they won every preseason game. They made
They're
a huge
cutting
deal out of
edge.
that. They've always made a huge deal. That's Jerry's thing. Oh, my God, we kicked ass in preseason. I'm not impressed.
But it's a cut. It's for cuts, right?
Everybody in the league is, I mean, you obviously don't want to lose, but you're trying to see your players. And this year is even worse because this year you had less preseason games. So you're trying to find out in a very short period of time what you got to work with. Now, of course, the Cowboys have the super team in their mind. And by the way, your quarterback probably won't play this year. I think his shoulder is screwed.
Talking about Dak?
Yeah, I think he's going to come out the first game and re-injure the shoulder. Jerry can't tell you that because Jerry's got to sell tickets.
So
He's
do
gotta
we
sell
still have
t-shirts.
the Ginger Bomber behind him?
No, he is gone. He's actually the starter now for the Bengals. And you also got rid of Danucci and...
Hold on.
what's the
Andy
other
Dalton
guy?
went back to his home team?
No, he didn't. My bad. I misspoke. He is...
Who's our backup?
You have Cooper Rush, who, in my opinion, is a good quarterback.
Well, he was our third last
he's
year.
a backup quarterback, but he's a good quarterback. He's serviceable. And now, all of a sudden, you have Cam Newton available, and everybody's, like, fighting for Cam Newton. And that might be your quarterback. It might be your starter. I don't know. But I don't believe
You think the
Dak
Cowboys are
Prescott
going
is
after
gonna
Cam?
play this year. Everybody says they are. But I don't personally believe Dak Prescott's going to play this year. I think his
After they
shoulder's
paid him all that
screwed.
money. He was Forbes number
Well,
3
He had
or
a
4.
shoulder injury going on last year. The leg was obviously more important, but there's a reason the guy's not throwing a lot. And I'm thinking it's like we're going to keep him throwing enough. But like if you watch all the practice you see of him, it's all his lower body work. It's not his arm, and we're not seeing his arm. And, you know, I don't think he's the right guy for the Cowboys anymore, but that's my personal opinion.
It's my opinion, too.
But the fact of the matter is I think that Jerry can't tell you that the guy's hurt, because if he tells you that, you're not going to buy your tickets. You're not going to, you know, buy your jerseys. You're not going to do this stuff. I think we're going to have a miraculous re-injury of the shoulder, and Dak won't play.
I mean, at the end of the day, it is a business. We are the Dallas Cowboys are the number one valued franchise in the world.
Well, that's the whole point, though. I don't believe Jerry Jones wants to win a Super Bowl. I believe he wants to make money, which, I mean, let's think about this. He just built a stadium. He gave up everything he had, pretty much, all of his companies, to actually do that stadium. He needs to get that money back.
Yeah, and if you watch the Joe Bucks
You don't think winning a Super Bowl will get his money back?
No, not really. I mean,
I think it'll help.
It totally will help.
How would it help?
It boosts attendance. It gets.
You're already number one. How do you boost attendance when you're already sold out every year?
Makes demands for tickets higher. Merchandising goes crazy.
Well, no, because there's a cap on tickets. That only works black market. It only works black market. That only works black market.
No, listen. Both of these are already there. His demand, I mean, everybody's going to the game anyway. Even if they suck, everybody shows up at the game. Everybody buys a jersey for their favorite guy. This guy is a classic guy who takes a guy who's not a star. He convinces you the guy's a star. And then you go out and you buy all the jersey and stuff. He has to pay the guy. The guy stays there. The guy doesn't really perform. The guy moves on. And guess what? Oh, my God, here's the new star. The only star I see on that team, dead serious, is CeeDee Lamb. And I think he literally will be one of the best receivers. Well, he already is one of the best receivers in the league, but I think he will be the premier. Probably the closest thing we've seen to Jerry Rice, if he stays healthy.
Right.
He won't do it with the Cowboys. They can't afford to pay him.
He
gave too much money to an underperforming running back.
And he doesn't have a quarterback that can throw down the field.
You gave too much money to a quarterback who cannot make throws.
Who's the underperforming guy?
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott.
You're talking about the running back. Who are we talking about?
Zeke Elliott. Hands
you
down.
don't think Zeke is?
He hasn't been. I mean, he went from running over people to running around people and tackling.
Who's that guy that came out? Saquon Barkley? That dude's a beast.
If he hadn't gotten hurt, we wouldn't even be talking about Zeke. I mean, just dead serious. And Cobb is better as well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other guys out there. But you don't pay a running back $90 million. That guy tweaks his knee tomorrow and he's done. You're out all that money.
Yeah.
You know, you gave a quarterback with a suspect leg and obviously a shoulder problem that's from last season that's now into this season, top money in the league. That's a lot of money sitting out there on your stars. Now, granted, you're going to make it back off the other stuff, but it doesn't help your salary cap any. Because you got to remember, there's two different things going on in football. There's the business of football, and then there's football. That salary cap it's set. There's nothing you can do. And they're finding new and exciting ways around it with all these signing bonuses and this and that and the other thing. But at the end of the day, you see it all the time. A quarterback takes a team-friendly deal. Or, you know, so-and-so restructured their quarterback. They just restructured Zeke's quarterback. What's his name? Zeke? Is that is that running back Zeke?
Zeke Elliott.
Yeah, they just restructured his deal.
You know, he's the guy that always looks like he's eating something.
Yeah.
Well, he always looks like he's eating something, but he ain't eating up yards, I'll tell you that.
Well, his first hey, he came out his rookie year and won.
Absolutely. But that's the way it works with the Cowboys. You come out, you have a year, you blow it out, you're the man, you get the big contract, and then you say, you know, hey, I'm not going to do this. But that comes from Dion. People don't remember back in the early 90s when Dion would get this big contract and all of a sudden be on injured reserve the entire time. And then the last year of contract, come back, have a blowout year, get another contract. You know, it's a business for everybody. It's a business for the player as well as it's a business for, you know, Jerry Jones.
It is.
But Jerry Jones wants to make money. He doesn't want to win a Super Bowl because there's ways to win Super Bowls.
Yeah, I have to disagree.
Let somebody who knows football handle your football decisions.
No, and I get that, but I have to disagree that Jerry Jones does want to win a Super Bowl.
You know he wants to win.
John, he has to. It's been so
What
long.
I'm saying is he wants to win a Super Bowl, but he wants to win it his way, and that's not the way it works.
He's all about the ego, you know? There's no way that he doesn't want
But
to
he's
win.
still the ego because he's still the guy with all the money, all the franchise, as long as he's number one at something, that's all he really cares about.
So what do you guys in Midlothian think about football season starting and the Dallas Cowboys? You heard it here. So
I just want the Dallas Stars to start the season.
that's our buddy, our hockey
Me,
buddy.
hockey.
Yep, absolutely.
I can care less about
Man, I
football.
and I love hockey as well. So Lobo, what you know, we're sitting here, we're having a good time. We've got football season starting. What are you going to do this week?
Well, Monday, Raquel and we're going to go get some eyeglasses.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
What are you going to do?
We'll see.
Is that a dad joke?
I think it was.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just had an impromptu dad joke. I fell right into that trap.
Oh, boy.
So I got to tell a story about my buddy John here. Everybody knows. Well, let me rephrase that. Everybody that knows our buddy, John Opolka, knows, and that's been here to the Opolka Palace and hung out. By the way, thanks to everybody who's come out and asked to come out and wanted to come check it out. It's definitely a cool place, and we appreciate it all. But he can only do so much business, so just be patient.
He's only one man.
He's only one man.
I feel like I'm in the middle of the desert by myself sometimes.
So Lobo, I'll tell you this. I show up today to John's house, our buddy's house. He's got a guy outside that had put up a canopy in a truck, a flatbed truck, and it's got multiple pieces of equipment on it.
His name is Steven Garcia.
And I'm like, what the hell does John have going on today? Well, come to find out, every 3 months, every quarter, John has a guy come out here to polishes his rims on his truck.
He got a rim job today?
Bro, he literally every
You got a rim job.
every quarter, John gets a rim job.
And I got my
Go ahead.
and I got my balls polished too.
So if that wasn't enough, the guys
Brian, where were you?
So the guy's out here polishing John's rims, and if you guys have seen John's truck, yeah, he's got the American Force solid aluminum. I guess they're aluminum. What are they?
Yeah.
Chrome aluminum.
Yeah. Forged aluminum.
Forged aluminum rims. So every 3 months he has the rim job. Okay, and in addition to that, his hitch on his truck, that's a double ball. So he got a double ball polish today.
So he got a rim job and a double ball polish.
Today, John Opolka got a rim job and a double ball polish.
It
What
was
did you do?
So satisfying.
I got glasses.
I see.
Okay, so what I'm saying is John had the best day out of everybody.
Okay, all jokes
All
aside.
jokes aside.
All right, so the reason why I have this done quarterly is forged aluminum wheels are kind of like a needy girlfriend. If they're not taken care of, then they're worthless. So, in order to keep a wheel in good shape, you have to have it sealed, and the way to seal it is by polishing it.
Right.
So that's just how you when you make an investment in something like that, the best way to take care of it is have proper maintenance done, just like changing your oil in your car.
Right. So this may be a guy show, and in addition to that, I mean, obviously we've got Brian sitting in with us tonight for a specific reason.
Well, let me go through why I had the hitch done.
Okay.
They sell this polished hitch. How much do these things sell for polished, Brian?
Well, they don't sell polished. They only sell the regular aluminum. They don't
Okay.
polish them.
So you have
But they are like
unpolished balls.
$450.
Yeah. So
Do
this
you have polished or unpolished balls?
Mine are polished.
is a chrome.
They're shiny.
Quit bumping the table.
Learn how to behave, son.
Sorry.
So anyway, we found this hitch in the back of this truck going to the auction, and it was just all beat up and nasty looking. And it was I needed a drop hitch after I did the lift on the truck, so we found this hitch and we threw it on there, and just so happens we found the key to it. So, I was sitting there one day, and Brian says, "Hey, Dad, why don't you polish your hitch?" Why? Because it'll look cool. And your rim guy can do it. When he's doing a rim job, he'll polish your balls too.
And
So he
was I
did.
right?
Yeah, that does look good. Thank you. It takes something that looked like kind of, all beat up and turned it into a gem.
So one thing that everybody may not know about everything that we do here at the Opoka Palace, or not we, that you and Brian do, in addition to just customizing motorcycles and kick-ass stereo systems and truck accessories and engine work. I mean, everything from, it wasn't too long ago, my truck, like I said, I drive a 2017 F-250, and I had the death wobble. And we had to do a couple things to it, Brian. I forget. Help me
bar.
here because I don't know my terminology. You replaced the track bar.
And did a steering stabilizer.
Yeah, we did the
and
dual
did a,
steering
and did a
stabilizer.
dual steering stabilizer. So that was something that I needed. So something you guys do things as far as that caliber to the cool stuff, the lights. I came in one time and you were doing what is that?
The Starlight?
The Starlights, where you have to poke thousands of holes with fiber optic lights into the head or the
headliner.
the headliner. Come on, don't be afraid to talk. So, but you're sitting here tonight because there's an aspect of automobile customization that you specifically cater to, and I know my mother-in-law Shelley had you out this week.
She did.
Getting the ceramic coat. Talk to us about the ceramic coat.
So ceramic coating is basically a chemical polymer that goes over your clear coat, and it's a hardened surface that helps protect against UV rays, scratches, just grime and bugs and everything so say you get a whole bunch of bugs on the front of your car, if you let them sit, they will stain your paint, and you have to wet sand to get them out.
Same like bird shit too, huh?
Yeah. That
I heard
stains your
bird
paint
shit will
also.
actually eat your paint.
It will.
Is that true?
It will.
I had a Dodge that did it, but
Damn Dodges.
But it actually helps protect. It protects your investment, keeps your vehicle looking good, shiny new, easier to keep clean, easier to wash for sure.
So what makes ceramic coat better than waxing?
It's harder.
Okay.
It actually, repels dirt and grime. Unlike wax, stuff sticks to wax, and it just makes it all around. It lasts longer. It's a 6-year coating, so it lasts a lot longer.
Well, people don't realize that your paint has pores, open pores, and
So your paint's like your skin. You get dead skin, and you have to peel it off. So that's what a paint correction does, and paint correction gets rid of all your scratches and swirls, and all that clear coat that needs to be renewed.
got it. Okay.
So I was talking to you last night, and for instance, my truck, like I said, I bought it brand new in 2017. It's a beautiful truck, but I work in it, and I don't treat my truck. Lobo treats his truck, better than I do. It's always clean. When's the last time you saw my truck clean?
I haven't even washed my truck in 6 months.
Really? Well,
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
I don't think I've even washed my truck in 6 months.
well, it still stays. It looks clean to me. I've been inside of it. You keep the interior immaculate.
The inside nice because I gotta live in it, but
The dirt's keeping the
doesn't
parts together
smoke
on
in
that
it.
Dodge.
my wife doesn't let me live in the house. I have to sleep in the truck.
So the majority of your business with this ceramic coating, and of course you do exterior and interiors.
I do.
So we just talked about the exteriors. What's the benefit on the interior?
The benefit on the interior is it helps it. So with the sun, you know how you get the leather cracking and fading and
Yeah.
all that? It helps prevent against that. It helps to keep it looking new, not wear as much. It does help with dirt,
Does it?
but you're in and out every day. So, I mean, there's that factor. You're constantly making contact with it.
Yeah.
The UV rays are a main deal.
That's the main thing.
Because in this Texas heat, it's so hot, everyone's leather seats crack.
Yeah.
It don't matter what you do.
And used to, these dashboards were plastic and they started cracking. I think most of the automobile manufacturers now, they've gone to actual leather, you know, on the I know my F-250, you're a Ford guy too, even Lobo's, well, he's got a limited, so it's leather, you know, on the top, and that stops the cracking. The plastic, it cracks.
Gets brittle and
it gets brittle and it cracks. That's why you go buy these older vehicles and, you know, you look and you see the dashboards all cracked. They throw pieces of carpet on top of them
like
to cover
a
it up.
second-gen Dodge.
Yeah, second-gen Dodges and so forth. You know, I know you've got a few older vehicles in your garage right now, Lobo.
A bunch of them.
So, and those were all plastic dashboards. So a lot of those come with. We don't have a bartender tonight, so John's taking care of us.
More back.
But
Thank you for knowing.
Gracias.
Ling-a-ling.
so here's my question, Brian: is what do you think? What's the time frame once you buy a new vehicle? From the time you buy the new vehicle to the time ceramic coating would not be acceptable. Again, mine's a 17. Obviously, my truck's been through the deer lease. I've got mesquite tree scratches, etc., etc. We're not going to ceramic coat mine, obviously.
So it all depends on how well the paint is. So say you have a whole bunch of chips in your paint, like you can see like it's way past your paint, it's down to the body itself. Then I would not coat it. It needs to be either repaired, filled in, and nice evenly, or it needs to be repainted or something, because once you coat over that, you can't apply paint over a ceramic or any of that because
Right.
it won't stick. So really, there isn't really a time frame on it. It's just how well your paint's been taken care of and how
does that work?
Good
If,
it
like
is.
you wreck the car, they're supposed to blend the paint. Like I say, you wreck a fender, you got to blend that in for the rest of it.
Well, I got hit on my 2017 F-150, and they had to blend it in, and you couldn't even tell it was there. And it was a tri-coat,
Tri-coat.
3-stage paint.
I mean, yeah, this is way over my head, but for the guys out there that
I
are,
like football.
yeah, for the guys out there that are wondering about this, because anybody that's followed your page in the last 3 months, I mean, you've done so many vehicles. I mean, I've watched them. Well, you did. I mean, my mother-in-law's brand new Tahoe just this week. We're talking the new Mustang SUV, all electric,
The Mach-E.
brand new Denali's, Vets. Didn't you just do a 2021 Vet?
I did. That's actually
Was that Lonnie's neighbor?
Yes,
Yeah.
Lonnie's neighbor Brian.
And you've done both Lonnie's cars, even the one that got stolen.
yes,
So
Well,
Lon-
yeah, and you also did that Scat Pack.
I did do a scat
that's
pack.
the one that got stolen.
It was
No.
actually
Lonnie's neighbor.
Brian's buddy. He had a Pro Charge scat pack that's just insane,
Oh wow!
and I did that one too.
And then Lonnie just bought that new limited Dodge 2500. The first place he brings it's here, followed by
Coated
window
it.
tint. So when you buy a vehicle, the first thing that people are doing now is getting ceramic coat and window tint. It kind of goes hand in hand now.
Oh, there's nothing I love more than when people buy their vehicles and bring them straight to get coated.
What's happened this month?
Yes, it's happened a lot, and it makes the process so much easier because yes, you have to do a paint correction, but it isn't as intensive.
Hey,
Quit banging the table.
banging the table.
You know better.
Where did
Sorry.
this kid come from?
I don't know.
I was
My
raised on a
loins.
farm.
That's that beautiful child you were talking about last week.
Hey, the doctor told me I have HD, and I found out I have 80 of them. So put that together.
Dad jokes are mine. Fucking whore, man.
Okay, wait, do it again.
The doctor told me I have HD, and apparently I have 80 of them.
Oh God,
AD,
is he trying
get
to?
it?
Motherfucker trying to steal my job.
He is trying to steal Lobo's job.
I do have a serious question though about like the whole ceramic coating and stuff because I'm not real technical and I don't really understand.
Which is
how it
funny
works.
because you have a lot of cars in the garage.
Well, yeah, but Has there been some sort of a performance drop off since you got rid of the mullet?
No, not really. To be honest, I miss the mullet, but I do not miss how hot it was and how big of a mess it was.
I don't think I can get ceramic coating from a guy without a mullet.
Okay, so I got a legitimate question.
That was legitimate.
I thought it was a great question.
It was a great question.
Okay,
It really
Dad.
was.
Jeez, I'm always in trouble around here.
No,
I didn't stop being the Kinder General logo.
I don't know about that.
Oh shit! I'm not gonna say anything.
Hey, what's funny is you are kinder and gentler. Like, people were coming this weekend and hugging you.
I'm
How many hugs did you have this weekend?
I'm actually a big hugger anyway. I like to hug people. I generally hug you to make you feel uncomfortable, but I'm a hugger anyway.
But the funny thing is people came in and actually mentioned that. I watched like 4 or 5 people say, "Come here, the kinder, gentler Lobo," and we're hugging you. And you, yeah.
Speaking of hugs, did you get your COVID shot yet?
I got the first one. I'm waiting on the second one.
Did you feel any kind of?
I slept for like a day, dead serious. Like,
You think it
kinda
took some
feel-
shit out of you?
well, I was just tired. I don't know what it meant. I mean, I burned the candle all the time.
Where's your shot? Where'd your shot go?
In my
In
shit.
Which
your
arm?
arm.
Which arm? Where? Can you tell me exactly where they put the needle?
Believe it or not, she said she put it near the tongue.
We got a magnet.
Oh, I've been wanting to see that.
I want to try it.
It doesn't work.
Have you tried? Well, have you tried it?
Did you try it?
Why would I? That's just cockamamie. I mean, the government's not tracking.
But no, we know people who did it in their tattoo shop. Sean and Bonnie actually did it.
The fact
I
of
don't
the
know
matter
anything
is
about that.
There can always be. I mean, it's a drug. There's things in drugs. I'm not worried about that crap.
I know you're not. I'm just curious if we put a magnet up to it, would it stick?
I doubt it would. It's been through my bloodstream now for 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, and when they did it, the guy got it that day.
Right.
So,
And how'd you come up with that? Like, I've not seen that except for that one thing.
What are you talking about?
I've seen it.
Where they put
the magnet. No, it's
It was
been all over.
social
Yeah.
media.
Is
Yeah,
it
I
really?
saw it on TikTok.
That's
like
the
a
one
month
thing
But I
I
think
saw.
it was the day of.
Well, I've got the nanobites in me now, so I'm a real American.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Do you have? Did
They're going
they
to track me because they've never.
Did they
tracked
put
me
the
from a cell
barcode
phone.
tracking thing on your neck?
I have a tattoo on my neck. It's the mark of the beast.
There you
So
go.
now they can just scan you, or they can do the retina scan and tell you if you're free or not.
Yes.
Let me see your papers.
And by the way, I have literally had 4 auditions. I was just reading one right now, my 5th audition since I got the shot. So apparently
You're
it
in the
works.
system, yes.
Yeah, apparently it works.
So did you have to? Let me ask you this: did you have to let? I don't know how you do this with Hollywood and whatnot, Hollyweird, but do you now in your resume or whatnot? Did you literally put vaccinated?
Now that comes after you get your audition, all that. You get your requirements to work, or actually, when you get your audition, they'll say, "Are you vaccinated? Or are you not?"
Because I wonder if they're going to just like bypass the process at some point, like the knowing certain actors are not vaccinated, so they just won't even bother sending them auditions.
I don't really think it's going to be. Because you never know who's going to go get vaccinated tomorrow.
I think being Hollywood though, they're really not going to find many actors that are not or refused.
Do you think there's any super A-list actors?
There's a ton.
Are there really?
You know any by name that are?
Well, Luke Evans, when I was he
Okay,
was
let's
not
just-
vaccinated.
And he
will
won't
not
do
be.
it?
And he won't wear masks.
But
But he's also not from here, so who knows?
He's British, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who
Oh,
knows?
let's say your name is Tom Cruise. Okay, so you are Tom Cruise and you're not vaccinated. You think you're going to skip a role because of that?
No, but the point is those A-listers are the ones requiring it right now. That's why.
okay.
That's why it came down to this.
Gotcha.
You got a lot of top guys going, look, we're not going to work if these people aren't vaccinated because I'm not going to get it from them. And at the end of the day, so what? I mean, what's the worst that could happen to me from this?
You could die.
I have not turned into. Well, I'm going to die anyway. I mean, dead serious. I'm going to die anyway. What's the difference?
I'd like to keep you around a little bit longer. There's more dad jokes to be told.
I'll leave a book.
Okay.
But no, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, who cares? I mean, it's an ignorant argument. Just, if you want to get the shot, get the shot. If you don't want to get the shot, don't get the shot. There's no reason for us to be arguing about this. We had all this crap happen in Afghanistan. People were worried about a damn virus. I am not worried about virus.
Yeah, the Afghanistan deal, that is something else.
Well,
Yeah.
it is very tragic in my opinion.
Well, I mean, even
I saw a story today which has been going around everywhere, and I like to debunk the rumor. They did not leave military working dogs behind. It was a bullshit picture. I've read about it, and I'm not one of those Facebook authenticators or fact checkers, but I did fact check this one, and those pictures are wrong.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, we didn't leave any of the dogs behind because they're military. We left all our civilians behind. There's still guys.
Well, I'm just talking about the dog post I saw today.
Yeah, but the
well, that's because your heart's in
no one in their
No,
right
it has
mind.
nothing to do with it. It's just-
but no one in their right mind pulls out all the guns before they pull out the guys they're supposed to.
but he did.
Well, I mean, it's a bad decision. He had to be the timeline. He had to be the guy. Everything nowadays in politics is about win, win, win. I'm the guy who did this is his claim to fame, but at the end of the day, it may be his downfall. I don't know. But I'm not a big political guy, but,
And we like to kind of steer clear from that anyways.
Well, but being a guy who did that, I disagree with the way it was done, and even the way it was redone and then done again. Like, I'm out.
So,
there
But
is
to sit here and argue about whether you're going to get a vaccine or not, it's cockamamie. If you want a vaccine, it's free country, get a vaccine. If you don't want a vaccine, it's free country, don't get a vaccine. I chose because I have to work to get the vaccine. Normally I would not, and I've told you guys that I didn't want to get it because it hasn't been
you
around
said all
long
along.
enough
You said all along.
for us to find out
Until it
long-term
affected your
effects.
paycheck.
But at the same time, I'm going to die from something anyway. I ride a motorcycle 120 miles an hour down the highway. I mean, this is what I do.
Mine's faster.
Well, of course yours is faster. But the fact of the matter is I ride like a prick. I drive like a prick. I live my life like a prick. I'm a prick. So
No, you are the kinder, gentler Lobo.
But at the end of the day, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I walk around brass knuckles and knives for a reason. I'm going to die of some reason anyway. So what's the difference? Take the vaccine, go back to work, feed my family. And look, if I die, I've got a hell of a lot of life insurance and they're going to get all that, and that's great. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. So we had a great time Saturday night at
did.
the Bow Show.
I was really happy to see Chris Douglas. and his
Chris
wife
Douglas
out there.
came out. That's Captain America for you guys that don't know the name. Him and his wife came out. Just such great people. Actually, Chris told us that he's moving into a new position, actually.
Yes.
And he will...
He's leaving this one for this
for that one.
There you go.
So he's going to be a part of that cat team, and him and I can't remember the other guy's name.
Officer Hughes.
Hughes, yeah. Him and Hughes. It's Captain America and Batman. So just more.
Oh man, I'm still against Batman. He's horning in on Captain America's fame.
Well, we got to get him a new. Does anybody out there have a legit Batman costume that'll fit a guy that's about 6'4"? I saw him at Brookshire's yesterday, as a matter of fact. And I knew
he does need an authentic.
he needs an authentic
But
Batman costume.
should he go with
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight? No, it needs
or
to be-
should
no.
he go with cartoon?
No, sir. It needs to be.
No, 60s Batman would be super cool.
Man, that's pajamas and underoos,
but
man.
that's what would
He
be
needs
cool.
rubber. I mean, we're talking.
See, that's what sucks about Captain America is he didn't have a sidekick. Because it would be awesome if we had Captain America and Robin. And the
Well,
guy
he
could
did
be
have a
Robin.
sidekick. He's part of the Marvel.
No, Captain America is the head of the Avengers.
Yeah, he is.
I know, but if you think about Batman had Robin.
Yes.
So if it was Captain America and Robin, that'd be cool.
Well, that's DC versus Marvel.
Well, I know. That's the other problem I got.
You know,
with
the thing
this whole
about Batman is he didn't have any powers. Him and
No,
Robin did
he
not have
just had
powers.
good
They just could
technology.
kick ass.
No, he was a billionaire.
Right.
Yeah, they had really cool cars, but he had no superpowers.
I think that the what's his name? I'm sorry, I forgot his name already. The other guy, the best.
Hughes.
Officer
Officer
I think
Hughes.
Hughes should have to be full tactical at all times. I mean,
That would be
just
cool.
wear literally 200 pounds of equipment.
Yeah.
I think you should have the Batmobile too. You know, the one with the big
Well, they
wheels
do.
on it.
No, they do. Chris told me that they're riding around in a brand new
Charger?
C's Charger, like
Yes.
some hot car.
So Hughes
And
has
it's
the
not
Challenger.
wrapped yet or anything like that.
But they've got already an appointment to wrap it. So Hughes has the Challenger. Douglas,
Has the
Captain America,
Daytona.
will be in the Daytona Motor Charger,
The Hemi Charger.
the Hemi Charger. So
I think he needs a white stallion.
a white, oh,
A white stallion.
that'd be cool. But good people, and they came
What's
out.
wrong with maybe a black stallion?
Well, just think, the white matches his uniform. He's no black on his uniform. It's all
I've never
white.
heard of a
red.
white stallion. The movie Black Stallion was one of my favorites.
The Lone Ranger rode a white stallion.
Yes, he did. Silver, hi-ho silver.
Yeah, but
away.
that's the Lone Ranger. That's different. Batman didn't ride
Okay.
a horse.
He needs a unicorn.
There you go.
But we had
As
a great
matter
time.
of fact, I have a great picture of him on a unicorn.
We do. Hey, post that right now.
You can send it to me and I'll put it up.
Chris Douglas riding a unicorn. Captain America on you. By the way, happy 18th anniversary to
Yes.
Mr. and Mrs. Douglas. There it is.
Oh, okay.
He is
That is
right.
going up. I need that
That's going
text to me
up.
now.
So we had a great time. We had a great time Saturday night. We invited everybody in Midlothian to come out and watch Bo play. And Bo played probably 80 songs. He played a lot. We were asking him to take a break. He didn't. He wouldn't even take a break. He just kept playing and playing and entertaining. It was very cool. For everybody here in Midlothian that showed up, and a lot of people showed up, so we thank you for that. Also, something else I heard that's going on in town, John, there's going to be a festival. Is it a 9/11 festival?
Yes.
Well, it's the Heritage Festival.
Okay, the Heritage. So
Heritage
what do
Festival.
you guys know about that? I'm not very.
It's something that goes on.
I know Chris talked to you about it.
It's something that goes on downtown, and there's a band at night. I know that, but there's booths set up, and
Is that this weekend?
yes.
Well, no,
My problem was I got really
It's next
sidetracked
weekend.
because they're also doing can't say it, wildflower walks over at the park on Mockingbird across from the school.
You're gonna love that, aren't you?
Oh my gosh. I
The
can't wait for
wildflower
that.
walks I'm actually kind of interested in.
Okay, it's Heritage Day.
I'll pay to see you skipping through the wildflower.
I am the kinder
wildflowers.
General Lobo. I want to walk with the wildflowers to calm down, get my zen right, and those are the two things I know going on in Heritage Festival. Didn't really do much for me.
So I've got the Heritage Festival flyer pulled up right now. So what's happening? It's going to be September 11, 2021. So festivities start at 9 a.m. That's main stage and down in the downtown parking lot. It's presented by the Midlothian Police and Fire Department with local musicians, clergy, and Mayor Reno. 11 a. Let's see, that's 9 a.m. You go to 11 a.m. You've got the 7th Street seating, Lawson over there by the Lawson Green Building. There's going to be a free barbecue lunch while supplies last.
Did you say free barbecue?
Yeah, it says free barbecue lunch while supplies last, prepared by local pit masters, served by the local Boy Scout troops.
It's going to be some great people watching there.
So,
Free. Wait. Can I do it? Hang on.
and then okay. So
wait.
Free.
barbecue.
Sunday.
And then from 7 to 9 p.m., you've got Dave Alexander and the Big Texas Swing Band
Yeehaw.
playing the main stage.
Great people watching.
I will tuck my pants.
Bounce
into my
houses,
boots.
visit from off, and there'll be a visit from Officer America and Batman.
Yes, and what they're going to do is, both of them are working that day as well.
Yeah.
They don't work a lot anymore, but that sounds horrible. They don't do a lot of patrol anymore.
Right.
They're both on patrol duty for this, and they're going to take turns where they switch out, and sometimes you'll see some Batman, sometimes you'll see him, but both of them will be on duty, working their butt off just like they're supposed to do, and
yeah.
that's that's good.
Which is something else
the
because
kids get to see both. Look, and my thing is, I was.
they both hold jobs.
Well, my thing is I'm real partial to Chris as a human. And I don't know the other guy.
I'd like to meet him.
And Chris was the first guy to kind of do this, and so I'm partial. And I didn't realize there was another guy here who's obviously a good guy.
We need to meet. We need to meet Officer Hughes.
Well,
Officer Hughes, would you like to come on and talk to us?
I've actually
be
decided that I'm going to go steal something and see if I get arrested by him. And that's a good way to meet
I
people.
wouldn't. He's a big dude.
It's a great.
It's a good way to meet people.
No, I saw him at Brookshire's.
But,
I saw him at Brookshire's yesterday. I nodded at him. He didn't know
he's
me from Adam.
7'5". I mean, the guy's like towers.
Well,
over
he's
everyone.
6'5".
Well, I'm going to go steal something so I can meet the guy. But, I'm partial. And when I saw, him kind of horning on Captain America, I got a little in my feelings because, Chris is our buddy. I'm like, why is this guy horning in? But, he's probably a good guy.
Yeah, but we know what
since I'm
Chris's cause is.
I'm the kinder, gentler Lobo now. So I need to go out and meet the guy and say, I was wrong, because I will admit when I'm wrong. You're probably a good guy.
Yeah, we need to.
I still don't like you.
But we need to.
Captain America,
we need to
damn
meet
it.
Officer Hughes. I'd like him in here to see because the two of them work hand in hand now. I mean, they are they are the cat team.
Well, we got to get them back together.
We need them back together.
And they have to wear
their costumes. We're okay.
They are not costumes, they're uniforms.
They're uniforms. The promise we have to you folks in Midlothian is we are going to get
figures.
Officer Daniels, a.k.a. Captain America, and Officer Hughes, a.k.a.
Douglas.
Batman.
Officer Douglas, not Daniels.
Daniels.
Douglas.
What did I say Daniels for? Chris, I screwed up. My
I
bad.
don't know. Ron White, Ron Wright.
And he had an S
White
in my
Wright.
name, so he's even worse off than we thought.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking Lobo name. Officer Douglas, Chris Douglas. Obviously, I know
have
your
an S
name.
on
My
that.
bad. My bad.
No S.
No.
He didn't even know me. Who are you?
Oh, jeez.
He didn't know me anymore.
Hey, do you know there is two major debates going on local social media right now?
What's that?
And I've got two sitting right in front of me.
Okay.
You ready for this? Candy corn. Is this your favorite Halloween candy?
I'm going to say yes.
It is mine,
I love
especially
it.
the Brock's because it's got the real honey in it.
Right,
so
right. Well,
it feels like
but
you're
you
being
remember when we were kids, they used to have the Brock's Pick-a-Mix.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, that was like the thing. So at that time of year, it was candy corn.
Yeah, I was actually handcuffed at 3 years old, thrown in the back of a squad car because I saw the big vat of Brock's candy and I stuck my hand in there and started shoving handfuls in my mouth.
And they say I'm a criminal.
Yeah, I was
Okay, so
arrested
you-
at 3.
You
I'm a
say your
felon.
favorite Halloween candy, so what's the Halloween candy other than candy corn?
Oh, the people hate candy corn.
What about the licorice?
Oh, they did show that out there.
Anything
Black
licorice sucks.
No,
tell him that.
I love black licorice.
no. That's not even a candy. It's
I'm worse.
Jelly beans, yeah.
My dad's favorite candy was horehound candy. Have you ever had that?
no.
It's like a root. It's very old. It's like from way back in the old West days. And if you take it by itself, it's bitter, but it is also a candy, and you can kind of get along with it. Scam Likely is called.
Sorry, I have a scam calling.
But
Hey, bring them on there and
I
see if they want to talk to
actually-
us. No, don't. That's right.
No.
I'm just kidding.
I actually tried that with Coke one time, and it really, I wanted to die. It's like the worst candy you can ever have.
You know what's really bad is Mentos and Coke together.
Why would you even try
I
that?
think you actually explode if you do
Yeah.
that, don't you?
Well, I'm eating candy corn, and the second thing is
The dingling.
Yuengling.
So where did you get that? Let's talk about that for a minute.
Well, okay, so
Well, let's go back. We started the show with this whole Yuengling craze, which obviously myself and Lobo could care less about because we're domestic.
okay, so here,
And I know
Well,
you
but I
see
mean-
me drinking
but when I
Trulies,
travel,
but
I try what's, local.
but you got to put yourself. Here's the deal, okay? So, say you live in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and Coors Light or Miller Lite is not available, never has been, because it's a West Coast thing.
well, they
So
drink
if you were-
drink Bush and Labatt's.
Okay,
and-
well that's beside the point. But now they get Miller Lite brought to them in an armored car under lock and key. It's a major thing for them because they grew up on the West Coast, and then all of a sudden they moved to wherever they're going, and they don't have that product. So now they crave it because they can't get it anymore.
well,
But see, I
Same
don't
thing
think
with
that-
Yuengling because this is America's oldest continuously brewed brewery. It's not a craft brew. It's a lager, and
there's-
it makes different style.
Well,
and
it's
there's
like-
one person in Midlothian who has a personal keg of Yuengling
Thank you.
And his name is John Opoka.
Yes, and Bobby D got it for me. So thank you, Bobby.
Ding-a-ling got us the Yuengling.
Yes.
And now you have Schlitz.
But anyway, I remember sneaking the beer out of my grandma's refrigerator. She lived in Pennsylvania, not too far from where it was brewed.
Right.
And I remember sneaking it out of the refrigerator when we were
That's
kids.
right, because you're from PA. I mean, Uncle Dan. I met
Well,
Uncle
no,
Dan
my
this week.
family is.
Your
I'm from
family.
Indiana.
Yeah, but Uncle Dan's from
yeah.
PA.
So I remember drinking it as a kid. And,
I would assume that's
And
the
when I go
same
to
as,
Nashville,
like,
I
Pearl
drink
beer.
it.
Pearl beer from Texas.
Yeah.
It was the same thing. If Pearl would have gone up there,
Pearl Light, yeah, my dad was a
they
big
might
Pearl.
have gone crazy over it. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me because, like, when In-N-Out Burger came here, it was like, oh, Whataburger's so much better. Fuck them, it's skill. Like, what's the difference? But
Yeah.
Well, this isn't, to me, this isn't a case of In-N-Out
you're
versus
di-
Whataburger.
but
This
you're
is just
different,
a beer that I remember as a kid. I always liked it. I drink it whenever I go to Nashville.
But you're
My
from that
brother-in-law-
region.
Brother-in-law keeps it in his refrigerator,
Right,
and that's
but
what
you're
we drink
from
when we're
there.
there.
You're from there. That's like I'm saying, like with me with In-N-Out, like, man, when it came here, I was happy as shit. Everybody was like, oh, Whataburger's way better. I'm like, no, it's not. But, cool. It's your taste or whatever.
So how did
but
you
to
score
me,
that?
it meant a lot when it came here.
Right.
Because it was the thing, like it is for you.
So how did
what
you-
I don't understand is everybody else going so crazy about it because it's like it's
I
just
don't see the big
bandwagon.
I don't see the big deal of it. It's
Right.
something I've always had and I've always been able to
Right.
get whenever. But
But
I
you
like
haven't
it.
been able to buy it here locally, is your thing.
And normal. I rotate my kegs. One keg I'll have Coors Light, then I'll have a Bud Light, I'll have a Miller Light, and I'll have a Michelob Ultra.
Dos
So,
Equis.
Dos Equis, and
Yeah,
I've actually had more
Dos Equis was
Dos
what
Equis
you
than
had
anything.
last. Dos
Yeah,
Equis.
so I rotate the kegs through, and I may do a couple kegs of Yuengling, and then I'll be on something else.
Yeah.
But I do like it because it is a nice creamy beer, and it's a good beer.
So the story of this whole Yuengling thing is that you obviously you've had a kegerator here.
Yes.
So you reach out to Bobby to get the keg of Yuengling.
Right.
And if I can recall the story correct, you go to pick it up and there was literally one keg
With my name on it.
with
That was
your
it.
name on it
Yep.
that Bobby got you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You get it back here and the current kegerator that you had would not cool the Yuengling. I guess Yuengling has to be colder than say Dos Equis or
Yeah, it needs to be because the change from from cold to warm. If the lines were warm, it caused a reaction. It caused it to foam a lot.
so you hook the Yuengling up to
new
the
kegerator.
Opoka kegerator. No, the
old
existing one.
Yeah,
And what happened?
we got nothing but foam. Are you talking about the old kegerator?
The old
new
keg,
one I
the
just
old
got?
one.
Yeah, I just got 2 or 3 pictures of foam, and I just got discouraged and quit. And then
So how did we fix it?
we got a new kegerator.
One that goes colder.
He goes, so he goes
We
and
went from-
buys a brand new kegerator
Well,
on
we
the
went.
spot.
We went from 47 degrees draw temperature to 37 degrees. So 10-degree temperature change.
Yeah.
And, do you like 40? Do you like 50-degree beer? Or do you like 30-degree beer?
Yeah, well,
Given
dude.
he's always wanted it, since we got that kegerator, he's always wanted it to be colder.
Oh, has he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well.
So
Well, I mean, once you go to Twin Peaks and you have that beer where it's ice cold. And that
Yeah,
can
well, it
ice
comes
on
out
top,
33
yeah.
degrees, period.
that's what this do. If I was to put it in a frosty mug, which I did the other day, it freezes all the way up the side.
Let's say you got frosting mugs in the freezer right there.
I do, but that means I'd have to walk in the house and wash them since I don't have water out here. So
We're working on
fine
that.
I'm fine with the
We're
solo
working
cup.
on that. So Yuengling is in Texas. We've got it here at the Opoka Palace,
Yep, it's good. I'm enjoying
and
it.
it's good. What else we got, Lobo?
I have one question. I wanted to go back to this, but we got drawn on something else here.
And that's fine.
Why does the ceramic cost so much? I mean, because I've seen, and I know the answer, but I want you to answer it because we give people a quote and they go, "Oh, pump the brakes!" Wow, are you crazy? Why?
So the amount of labor that goes into it is a full day process. I probably spend 8 to 12 hours on one vehicle. And it's really not that much if you break it down by year. By a 6-year coating, break it down by the year. Rob, what do we say? 800. Say the Ceramco is $800. Divided by 6 was around.
I'm sure it depends on the car.
Depends on the vehicle. Some
Yes.
are more, some are less.
It depends on the
If
car.
you're doing a smart car, it's obviously a brand new smart car. It's
Yeah.
obviously different than Lonnie's brand new 3/4 ton limited.
or F450 dually.
Right,
Yeah.
Different than that.
Right.
I was just saying like a base price of like,
Yeah.
like in general, just talking.
Well, what's the last one you did this week? A Tahoe?
Tahoe.
So let's use the Tahoe for an example.
Okay, so she did an interior and exterior
Okay.
for the 6-year coating.
And that's
so,
a third row.
Yes.
A third row Tahoe, brand new 2021 Tahoe.
And if you break that down, a $1,250 price,
$1,250 is what it costs?
yes.
Yeah.
If you break down by 6, that's $208 a year. So basically, if you were to go down to your local car wash and want them to wax your vehicle,
Twice a
you're going
year.
to spend, twice a year. Just going the first time, you're going to spend $250 for them to wax it and fully detail it.
That doesn't count rock chips and debris that you pick up on the road that it's
Exactly.
going to protect from.
Exactly.
And do you think they're going to paint correct that vehicle before they wax it? No,
They say they will, but they really won't. They'll just
no,
swirl it
they
more.
run it through the car wash and then they slap wax over dried bugs that they didn't get off.
Mm-hmm.
Because how many times have I had my truck washed and they waxed right over the bugs?
They have, but no. What I'm saying is they'll tell you they'll buff it and everything, but really they'll just put wax on a buffer and go over it and wipe it off.
It's not even a buffer. It's one of those little orbital jobs
get
that
an
you get at
AutoZone.
AutoZone. Yeah.
See, we have an actual DA, which is different from a buffer. A buffer just spins in a circle. A DA actually circulates.
Now, what's a DA?
It's dual action.
For
Dual
us that
action
know
polisher.
nothing about this.
It's a dual action polisher, so it actually
Okay.
that head actually rotates around. It doesn't spin in a clockwise circle.
Got you.
So it just moves. The actual head just moves around, and that actually
And spins.
And yes, it spins. You're right, but it gets rid of the actual swirls and scratches, unlike the orbital polisher that just scratches them and swirls it more.
Right. Absolutely. It's a different process.
It is.
So, one thing I kind of wanted to address this week, obviously we had a guest last week and we talked about some new development that's coming into town, and we've got Brian here tonight talking about his ceramic coat business and how it's taken off. I mean, the guy's booked. He's doing cars daily. It's pretty incredible. Here at the Seaman City Chatter podcast, we've had multiple people reach out to us that own various businesses in town. A lot of them are established businesses, or let me put it this way: businesses that have been here for some time.
Yeah, we've actually got quite a list.
Yeah, so we've got quite a list of businesses that have been here for some time that have asked us whether they've reached out to Lobo, myself, or John to come on the show and promote their business. And
So we haven't ignored them. We're just trying to work.
We
through it
haven't
right now.
ignored them. The three of us have talked. We're trying to come up with a fair format that accommodates that. We've obviously done a lot here in the Opoko Palace to build this podcast. There's equipment. There's monthly admin fees that we pay.
Storage cloud fees.
Etc. So I guess what we're coming up with is some sort of a package to offer the businesses in town to come on and talk about things from an advertising standpoint. No.
Yeah. But we also, why they love this community and why they chose to do business here and what did they offer, things
Well,
like
I mean,
that.
that's the thing. We want to find out all these things from all these different people. The deal is that it is advertising, and that you have to remember that we pay to do the podcast. So if you want to be on the podcast, there's going to be a fee associated with it that helps us pay our costs of doing the podcast. if I have a business and I want to be on a podcast and I want everybody to know about my business, that's me coming out. It's me pumping my business and trying to get people to come to my business. We actually have a pretty good reach right now, and that needs to be monetized. And there's many different packages we can work out, etc. Like, look, we're not making any money to do this.
No, it costs a lot of money.
It costs a lot of money to do this.
But we do it because we like it.
We do it because we like it, but this may not last forever without some advertising coming into play. And when you're opening up a store that's new and this and that and everything, where you're having a special promotion, we are more than willing to have you on the podcast and you can talk about your stuff, but we aren't going to do that for free. John needs to make his money back, and I want to make sure John does make his money back.
Wade Hodges.
All right, well, there you go.
So I guess what we're saying is we're not ignoring you people.
No, we are not ignoring. What we're doing right now is we're working out a price point that we think is fair to everyone that wants to come out and promote their business, but not take your head off as far as price goes. We're trying to figure out what's fair to everyone involved, both you and us, to where you can get your business out there. We want that to happen. We want you guys to grow your businesses. We want this to be a vibrant city where people make money and people want to come to and do their shopping, or even stay in if you're here and do your shopping. We're working right now on some sort of a plan to where it's fair to everyone involved for you to come onto our podcast and promote your business.
And we want it to be for the city of Midlothian, obviously, but
we want to be a tool. We want to be a tool for business owners as well as the consumer. But at the end of the day, this isn't free.
But and the reality is, we've had 30 businesses between yourself,
Right.
myself, and John Opoka. We've had over 30, I'd say 30 to 50 businesses that have come to us and want to be on the podcast. Well, first of all, we do this once a week. If we've got 30 businesses that have asked to do this, well, that's 30 weeks of podcast.
Well, it is and it is. I mean, I think we'll get into a spot where you have a shorter period of time. Instead of being an hour-long guest or a half-hour-long guest, you can have a certain amount of time to come out and promote your business, and then we'll maybe fit 2 people in a time, or 3, or whatever. But at the end of the day, the big thing is that nothing in life is free. And this is a good advertisement for your business that, our viewership is getting to the point where it's a good tool to use. I would actually recommend that businesses come and use us because it is a good advertising.
It is.
I owned a business for 17 years, and good advertising, especially inexpensive advertising, is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So
we have damn good drinks and snacks.
Right. And it's a fun time. And, we've got a lot of people watching us now, and this is a good reach for your business.
And that's another thing. I mean, if, let's say you own a business and you're not really the extroverted person that wants to come on and talk about it, we'd be glad to...
Mr. Extroverted.
Well, we'd be glad to banner up the Opoka Palace with your logos, and you can sponsor the podcast.
We're willing to do a lot of things.
We're working on that. We're working on the business structure.
We're working on a package or a couple of packages that will have a certain amount of time frame you can be on and talk about your business. And it's not going to be expensive, but again, this is not free, and we're not going to give away free advertising to people. We would love to. But everything in life has
and we have
a nominal cost. I mean,
we have so far. I mean,
we have, but we've also been talking about, for the most part, big development type stuff and different things like that.
Yes.
That people are asking about. We have no choice. But if you're opening a restaurant or you're doing whatever and you want to be on a podcast, yeah, we'll definitely help you advertise. We're interested too, but we're not. There's your buddy.
Yeah, he's flying over. Our local,
You know,
our
here's-
weekly flyover.
Do you think he literally can go like 20 miles an hour with this? That takes so long. When
My
he does it.
Snap-on dealer lives in Eagle's Nest, which is just a stone's throw from our
And
from
with
our
the amount of
studio here.
Snap-on stuff we have here, he gets free advertising.
Yeah, so Scott Loper quit flying over our studio at 7:30. Okay?
I think he made a circle, dead serious.
I
That
think he
was
did.
So long.
But I guess my point is we're working on that so that
are.
we can
We want
help.
to be able to.
we want to be able to help the community.
Yes, we want to help you, but you have to understand that we are going to charge for that. I mean, at the end of the day, John needs to make his money back off this. John is not made out of money, no matter what anybody thinks. And of course, we make no money off of this. Period. We will
we
not
don't.
make money off this. This money will go back towards the podcast. This is not money we're going to say we want free money. I don't need your money. Rob probably doesn't need your money. John definitely does not need your money, but he doesn't need his money
exactly.
back.
Yeah.
But if you want to give me money, I'll
Well, I mean, you can
gladly
always give
take
me
it.
money,
Yeah.
but it's like I'm not doing this podcast so we can all get rich. So we're not Joe Rogan, and he wasn't. That money is nominal to him.
Yeah, he doesn't even do it for money.
No.
But yet people
But the
pay.
fact of the matter
Yeah.
is you are funding this. So, hey, you're a sponsor, but at the same time, you're getting what you want out of it. And we're going to work on a plan for that.
And that's another thing. I've had 4 people now, exactly 4 people who have come to me and asked about our podcast. They're local people who don't want to necessarily talk about the happenings that go on Midlothian. One, I'll just give you an example. Back to the whole Captain America, Batman thing. There's a couple guys in town that are real big into Marvel and DC Comics, and they want to do a comic podcast. They've reached out to me, and they're like, so what did you buy? How do you do this? How do you do that? And I'm, like, well, we research. First of all, we run with the smartest guy in town, first of all. Let me tell, I've got a story.
All right,
And
story, and then we're going to wrap it up.
I'm going to wrap this up. So, Lobo,
The 3-hour podcast.
Lobo
by
and I
Rob
always
Ford.
talk about how John Opolka is our smartest friend. So my wife's battery goes out on her Explorer, and it goes out. It won't start.
What does this have to do with what we're talking about?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. It's just it's
Squirrel. This is squirrel. This is a squirrel. So the battery goes out on my wife's car,
Yeah, it's
and
ADM.
John calls me and he says, "Hey, of course, John being a business owner, he can get me a better deal on a battery." So we go up to get the battery, and
Rob says, I'm going to go to AutoZone. I said, no, we're
Nope.
going to O'Reilly.
So I pull the battery out of my truck, and John goes, and John says, that's actually an O'Reilly
Auto
battery.
parts.
That's not that's not a factory Ford battery. And these batteries have 3-year warranties on them.
3 or 5, depending
3
on
to 5.
which one
Well,
you get.
this one was a 3-year warranty, okay? I take it into O'Reilly's. Today is the 31st.
And I told you to bring it.
Tomorrow my battery goes out of warranty. So I walked into O'Reilly's today to pay $180 for a battery. They pull up my phone number. I forgot that I had bought it 3 years to the date at O'Reilly's, and they gave me a free battery today. I would have not known that if I didn't have my smart friend.
prorate?
Well, you better go buy a lottery ticket too.
No, it's the first for the 3 years. That battery is a free
They don't
replacement.
prorate it? Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
Free.
Yeah.
No, they like I literally. they asked me for my. They asked me for my phone number.
Auto parts.
They asked me for my phone number. The guy looks up my thing. The next thing I know, he's
O'Reilly,
going
you
over
owe
to
us
grab the battery.
$200 for that.
He's going to grab the battery, hands it to me, and says, "There you go. Thank you. Have a good day." Done.
Tell you what.
So then we went and ate sushi.
We did.
I'll tell you what.
But we'll wrap it up.
You can always add anything in Texas. I'll tell you what.
We love you,
Better start when I
Midlothian.
hear the-
Live from the Opolka Palace, it's Rob LaFleur, locally loved, internationally known, Lobo, Mr. John Opolka, owner of the Opolka Palace. Thank you, Brian, for coming on with us tonight to talk about your business and your niche in the community.
Thanks for having me.
Add Brian Opolka
Get
on
your mullet
Facebook.
back.
Add Brian
Mullet.
Opolka on Facebook. Anybody that buys a new car, come see him. He will save you all kinds of headache when it comes to keeping your car nice and clean.
And if you have that old car in your yard that you're waiting to restore that's been there since 1963, go ahead and call him anyway just to drive him nuts.
We love you guys. Hey, Good luck to whoever wins this election tonight. We didn't want to talk about it, but whatever. Bye.
Peace.